Hey everybody, this is Dan for BMW on Cars. It's sort of raining here in Mechanicsburg, Pennsylvania, but I don't care because right behind me is the brand new, first time they've ever done this, the BMW X3M. This car has been given the full M treatment. It's got 21-inch wheels. It's got secure orange leather on the inside. This has finally happened. This car has BMW's first brand new M engine in almost 5-6 years. It's called the S58. This engine in this car will eventually be in the brand new, not even released yet, BMW M3 and M4. It'll also be in the next generation BMW M2. It's a 3-liter inline-six, 474 horsepower, 442 foot-pounds of torque. BMW is sort of conservative with their 0 to 60 times, but they say that this car will go 0 to 60 in 4.1 seconds. So, in all actuality, it should be in the high threes. This car will go 0 to 60 in probably 3.8, 3.9 seconds. It is absolutely insane. So we're going to take a look at this car. Now we're not going to be able to take it out on the road because it's so new, but we're going to drive around the parking lot here, the campus I'll say, but let's take a look at this thing. Now to talk about the styling of this car, and it looks really good, especially in this black color. Now look how big these wheels are. These are 21-inch wheels. Look how freaking huge these calipers are. Oh my god. Now everything on this car is upgraded from even the X3 and the X3 M40. Just, my god, those wheels are absolutely stunning. Oh my gosh, I'm geeking out over this. Now the front end is so much more aggressive than a normal X3. You've got the radar control right there, which I think BMW does a good job of putting that in. Like, there's been new Audis that have, like, they don't try to hide the radar cruise control anymore, but the kidneys are a little bit bigger. You've got the X3M. Now this car actually has a competition model which actually has 503 horsepower. Same engine and everything, they just dial up the boost and a little bit more horsepower. But it just looks so aggressive. I mean, just look at the front end here. You got your LEDs right here. We'll get a shot of them eventually. But yeah, this is BMW's midsize SUV, you know, turned up to 11. They actually still also have an X4M, which is pretty much the same exact car, except the back just chopped off a little bit. I'll put a picture right here. But yeah, this car looks so good in person. The wheels and tires alone, you know, take it to the next level. Now going back to the back, you finally got the full M treatment, and you've got the quad tips, and boy do they sound good. I just did a cold start with this thing, so I'll put that right here. But yeah, the tips look so good. They are huge. They are real tips. They're not anything fake. Got a little bit of grill back here, but yeah, this just looks so good. It's so weird to see, you know, a full M badge on an X3. Now I did a review of a normal X3, you know, that had a 4-cylinder turbo engine. That was a perfectly fine car, nice size. We just decided to go for Audi just because my wife prefers Audi, and it was a great car too. But this car has finally been given the M treatment. I can't imagine if Audi would give the RS treatment to the Q5. Now, this car will compete with cars like the Alfa Romeo Stelvio Quadrifoglio, which I drove and absolutely fell in love with, and also over there, the Mercedes GLC 63. And they all have similar prices, about $80,000, $85,000, similar power. You can get this car with 503 horsepower. Those other two actually have exactly the same, 503 horsepower. But yeah, it just looks so good in person. Really looks good in this black. There is a nice color called Toronto Red, which the X4M has. But yeah, there's the typical M mirrors right there with that little design element right there. I'll get this water off the screen here. Yeah, it is a rainy day here in Mechanicsburg, but I had to come take a look at this bad boy. So as far as the looks go on the outside, I think it's an absolute home run. You've got a nice panoramic sunroof up here, and you've got a subtle, you know, spoiler in the back. Looks good, sort of with the two sort of fins there. But yeah, this looks good. All right, so let's take a look at the interior. Something that I always do, I say, oh, let's look at the interior before I ever even open the hood. So BMW also has the easiest way to open the hoods. You do the latch and it is open. Ho ho, baby. Look at this. So this is the 3-liter S58 engine, 474 horsepower. You got a nice little strut brace right there going through. BMW M Power. Now it's funny that this car, the X3, hasn't got a full M version until now, you know, 2019, but everybody wants SUVs and everybody wants fast SUVs, so that is why this car has come out. I mean, you've had the X5M and the X6M for a while now, and finally you have the X3 and the X4. The new X5M is coming out soon too, but yeah, this is finally getting the full M treatment, and man, it looks good. So yeah, not much to see here, just a nice little engine cover. Yeah, this is a twin turbo 6-cylinder engine. Looks pretty good. Alright, now let's go take a look at the interior. Alright, going into the interior of the X3M, and look at this color. They call this a secure orange, which is an exterior color, but this has the full carbon fiber trim, the real thing, the real deal. Nice little kick plate here that says X3M. Yeah, they want you to know that this is an M car, and I do not blame them. Alright, the rain is coming a little bit, so we're going to go on the inside. And just stepping into this seat, you can really tell that the seats are extra bolstered, you know, because this is really a performance SUV. But look at the color of this leather and the carbon fiber. All right, it is hot, so I'm going to turn this thing on just so you can hear it. Yeah, sounds pretty good. Now, the screen is telling me this has the gesture control, so we're going to go try to find some music. And man, really at idle, this car sounds really mean at idle. I'm glad I just came in because it's raining a little bit faster or harder. So let's see what we got on the radio. Here we go. That is such a cool feature. I mean, I tested that out, I think, in the 3 Series. Man, it's really coming down now. I came in at the right time. So, as with the other full M cars, you've got these M1 and M2 buttons that you can control the, you know, steering and suspension and the throttle response right here. You can program them to have them whatever you want. So if I hit M1 up there on the screen right there, it would show you what you have. So right now M1 is sport for the throttle, comfort for the suspension, and comfort for the steering. But I'm thinking if it was my car, I'd put, you know, similar for that, and M2 I would really have like balls out. Okay, so M2, we're gonna go sport, sport plus, suspension, sport plus, and the steering definitely not comfort, sport and sport plus. So that is what is programmed now for M2. And obviously we've got a ZF 8-speed automatic, same as the normal X3. But yeah, you've got real carbon fiber everywhere, on the dash here, on the seats, on the console. It looks so good. So many cars have carbon fiber on the inside, and I really don't get sick of it. I just think it looks really good. So let's give this bad boy a couple little blips. Yeah. Now, if you're in the market for a car like this, you obviously like performance, and you have a good, you know, good chunk of change you want to spend for the car. I really think this would be a solid, you know, option. You know, if you don't want something too huge. I mean, there's not the X5M yet. Man, that really sounds good on idle. I don't know if you can hear it over the rain, but it sounds so good. And also the dash now looks like the M5 and the M2, just keeping in line with the family tradition of just the, you know, digital gauges. But yeah, this is pretty badass. the back there, you've got my gear. You still got the same leather. You've got a huge panoramic roof. So basically, this is just an X3 sort of turned up to 11. So this car really rumbles on idle. I can just sort of feel like the car is just sort of rumbling, like it just wants to go. We've got 21 miles on the dash, and unfortunately we're not going to take this thing on the road. We're just going to drive around the parking lot a little bit. But if you got out on an open road and really stabbed the throttle, this thing would go like like something really fast. Now you've still got the same iDrive and the same screen up here. Control everything right here. Gonna go to menu. And I do like BMW's interface here with the iDrive. You just sort of got the tiles. You can use the touchscreen. Connected, my vehicle notifications, navigation, communication, media. The navigation screen is nice and crisp. I mean, that's a huge, 10, 11 inch screen. It looks very nice. But yeah, this is quite the car. Now, this finally has the steering wheel that the 3 Series and the 8 Series have. You got, finally, for real, it's not just an M Sport wheel. This is a full-blown M car. So yeah, I am liking what I'm seeing here. Alright, so the rain is stopping, so we're going to continue. But yeah, I'm just looking at the camera system, which is very nice. You've got an overhead view. Oh my god, the exhaust sounds so good. But yeah, very crisp and clear camera. I got to set up my gimbal shot, my position here. But yeah, very nice overhead camera. Look, the green lines here that tell me that I'm close to there. If you hit the screen, you can go on the side. Oh yeah, that's like the Audi e-tron. So that's showing me the very side of the car. I can go to the other side. Yeah, in real time. Alright, so if I go back into drive, if I go forward, it'll show me in real time what the car is actually doing. Now I'm going to go back again. The shifter is kind of confusing too. It's an industry standard, little stick like that, but yeah. It's showing the car in real time moving back into my spot, and even I can tell what the numbers of the spot next to me are. I think it's like B102. I mean, that is just so cool. Yeah. Now you just hit the little P button here to go into park. Now, I did a cold start, and I forgot one little piece for my tripod, so I'm gonna just stab the throttle here a little bit just so you can hear. It is crazy how much this car sort of shakes and rattles when you hit the throttle like that. You can really feel it going. I'm sure the engine is shaking itself too, but yeah, this car is awesome. And, it's fully, I keep saying it's been given the full M treatment, but yeah, this is the latest and greatest technology for cameras and gauges, and it's finally got the M1 and M2 buttons and just carbon fiber. It's definitely on the level of the Stelvio Quadrifoglio I drove, which honestly, that is one of my favorite cars I've ever driven. I'm not going to talk about a competitor that much, but I'm sure this car is absolutely on the level of that car. I mean, twin turbo V6. This is not in the competition trend, but 474 horsepower. That is just so much. That is more than the twin turbo V8 X5 that I drove earlier this year. I mean, it's just, what a time to be a car guy. So I'm going to get out. It stopped raining. We're going to do some gimbal shots, and then we're going to drive this thing around a little bit. So here we go. Alright, so now it's not raining anymore, so I need my sunglasses. But yeah, alright, this is going to conclude my little walk around of the X3M, and man, BMW's got a good one on their hands. I think this can absolutely compete with the likes of the Quadrifoglio, Stelvio, the GLC 63. I mean, it's got the German BMW flair that you need for a car in this segment. So now what we're going to do is we're going to stop this video, and we're going to drive this just around the parking lot. I'm not going to take it down the road. But yeah, leave me a comment below. Let me know what you think of this X3M. I really like it. So, thanks for watching this. Subscribe and follow me on Instagram at GameDonCars. So, stay tuned for that. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. See ya.